Hello, the members in our group are Michelle Hooper and I, Michelle Lucero. Our business plan is to open and operate a Costco in Germany. There are many obstacles and challenges when developing a company in a foreign country, which we will discuss in this presentation. Costco Wholesale Corporation is a membership-only warehouse club that provides a wide selection of merchandise. It is the second largest retailer in the United States, the seventh largest retailer in the world, and the largest membership warehouse club chain in the United States. Here we have some information about Germany in comparison to the US. The population in Germany is 81.9 million. The US has a population of 317 million. The employment rate in Germany is 5.5%, which is lower than the US's at 6.1%. Germany's inflation rate is 1.04%, which is considerably lower than the US's, which is at 2.13%. Minimum wage is 9.90 euros per hour, equivalent to $13.36 US dollars. The minimum wage in the US varies in each state. Germany's corporate sales tax is at about 29% compared to the US, which is at about 40%. These facts are important when considering opening any type of business in any country.
Germans are very hard workers. However, since the recession in 2008, they have a reduced work week in order to save jobs. This has protected jobs by lowering work hours so the companies do not have to lay off employees. In Germany, they expect everyone to be punctual, and that means being there at exactly the time expected. Germans also set deadlines and honor those deadlines, and they expect no less from anyone else. The German worker is also confused if they are praised for doing what is determined as their job. They do not understand why they would be praised for doing what they are paid to do. They are also very direct people and do not understand the softer approach we use here in the United States, the approach of a lot of please and thank yous for doing their job.
The book's definition of political risk is a risk associated with political changes that may negatively impact domestic and foreign firms. Governments are different all over the world, and this needs to be considered when handling business in other countries. First example is some governments may request additional funds or tariffs in exchange for the right to export items into the country. Considering goods and products will be imported, a situation like this would affect the costs and products brought to the Costco warehouses. Second, some economists also say productivity could suffer if firms use a state subsidy for reduced hours for too long, inflating these costs based by artificial protecting the labor market. This is directly affecting Germany today. The government chose to subsidize hours instead of jobs during the recession. Scheduling employees shorter shifts have actually been impacting the productivity in businesses. Considering scrapping the discount on sales tax on some products is the last example. The sales tax in Germany differentiates depending on the product. If this occurs, the listed pricing on each product would have to be adjusted because the tax is included in the price. Having the prices changed and reevaluated is extremely costly. Foreign exchange rates are determined by supply and demand. In Germany, the exchange decreased to 1.35 in July from 1.37 in June 2014. This proves that the value of the currency is depreciating quickly. 1 euro equals 1.35 US dollars. The fluctuation of currency can make it difficult to maintain constant and reliable revenues. This is also where pricing power parity could come into play. The cost of living in Germany is reasonable and may be considered lower than a lot of places in the US. The Americans purchasing products in Costco in Germany could get more for their money than a domestic currency appreciates. When a domestic currency appreciates against a foreign currency, profit or returns earned in the foreign country will decrease after being exchanged back to the domestic currency.
Some challenges that would be faced is the lack of credit card use in Germany. Although Costco only takes American Express in the US, Germans don't use credit cards much at all. The value added tax, or VAT, will also be something that will have to be learned. The tax system is also more complex, with payments being required 9 times a year versus our quarterly payment system here. This will add costs to calculating payments. The export and import system is also not as quick as other countries. The process and paperwork involved can take a week. Yes, it is very feasible. Costco already has some experience operating in foreign countries, so it has already dealt with some of those challenges. There are comparable warehouses already in Germany that are successful, like Copland. So the business model of warehouse-style shopping is not a new concept for Germans.
Out of the two modes, non-equity and equity, the best choice for Costco is the equity mode. This has been displayed by previous modes of entry in other foreign countries. We have also chosen to be wholly owned subsidiary. WOS involves the company owning and operating independently. This is a more expensive technique, but Costco has been successful with this in Japan and Australia. We chose greenfield operations being the primary way to set up the WOS. This gives Costco complete equity and management control. This is risky and expensive, but building the warehouse from scratch will benefit the company and their needs. Real estate costs are actually low today because they are currently recovering from the recession.
These are some marketing ideas. We would publish advertisements in the popular German newspaper, Die Zeit. Also, we would air television advertisements on the popular television network, ARD. We would provide coupons on retailmenot.com. Now is the time to enter Germany. Germany has the largest economy in Europe and is a very stable location for established businesses. The first place of entry should be Stuttgart, Germany. It has a population base of 606,588 people. This is the largest city in Germany, and it also serves as a military base. U.S. Army garrison is a very active military base, and this location will have a consumer base of Americans that will help launch Costco in Germany.
Various price adjustments will need to be made to the products that Costco sells. As mentioned when speaking about the foreign exchange rate, tax is included in the price of all products. Grocery items have a 7% tax, and non-grocery items have a 19% sales tax. The taxes will need to be determined and added to the list price of all products in Costco stores. Every country has different food, clothing, and home item preferences. Costco will need to be familiar with the items and foods Germans prefer, offering German products made by German companies such as Müller, Dr. Oetker, Waldemar Benn, Granini, etc. is important. An example is that most offered foods are organic in Germany. The stores carry large amounts of organic products because this is what is preferred there. There will also be a military base close by, so they cannot forget about carrying American products.
In staffing, Costco would use the system of hiring host country nationals. This system would allow Costco to eliminate language and cultural differences. It would help reduce the cost of hiring only parent country nationals. We would use a geocentric approach by using parent country nationals in upper management to establish the culture of Costco and use host country nationals in middle management to help the language and cultural differences. Third country nationals would be hired as well. In closing, we think that Costco would be a benefit to Germany. It would bring jobs to the economy, add another tax base, as well as future growth in Germany. Thank you for your time to listen on why Costco should enter Germany. We have determined after much research that this decision would be a great choice for Germany as well as Costco.